Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out V1rus by the good folks at DigiPen Institute. This is a arcadey style kind of tunnel racer. I don't know exactly what to describe it as, but it looks pretty fun. And sometimes I just like to cover a game that's just simple fun, which is kind of what I think we're going for in this one. I also want to remark that like naming it V1rus, like, come on, aren't we past that by now? Where it's not Drive 3 or Num 3Rs, it's not, no, it's not V1rus. I don't like that, but whatever, that's not a big deal, it's just the title. I'm gonna obviously title it that in my YouTube video, but, you know, still, hopefully that doesn't make it harder to find for people, because on top of that, you know, just being a little silly and corny, it's also, like, harder to actually search for things when you think they're called V1rus, but they're called V1rus. Alright, so let's look at the credits very briefly. And I'm sorry to start us off on such a sort of a negative little comment. So there's our instructions. So we've got W to activate boost, A and D, which is kind of funny that they chose to omit S there. They just put A and D directly adjacent to each other. I would have at least put the W in the center then, if you're going to do that. But, you know, S is here too. S doesn't seem to do anything, though. So, yeah, we want to avoid stuff. We want to collect gems. We want to destroy enemies. And we pretty much should be good to go. And right-click to shield, which is powered by our energy. Left-click to fire, and there's our health. So, oh, and here's our options menu, in case you cared. So let's start it up. Play some V1rus. So I feel like this is probably going to be sort of a confluence of the Earthworm Gym levels where you get to ride the rocket, and maybe some Tempest. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's a pretty close description to where we're going with this. I'm trying to activate boost because my ship seems to be very, very slow. Why am I so slow? I can obviously handle much, much faster than that. You know what else it reminds me of, and this is kind of the most obvious comparison I think probably a lot of you would agree with. The parts in Sonic when you know, Sonic 2, I think it was 2 and on, where you go to the special level and you know, go through the half pipe and collect rings. Yeah, everybody knows that part. I actually kind of like the first Sonic's bonus level a little bit better. I guess those are good. Yeah, I wasn't really sure. The one where you're more like a pinball bouncing around inside of a weird like gem maze in the sky for some reason. Okay. They're maybe trying to channel a little bit of Nitronic Rush, perhaps. Alright, so here's the thing that I want to say about this game, and don't take this too hard, but, oh, the level just ended, there's no finish line, I guess. The fact that you have to use A and D to steer the ship left and right seems really weird to me, because that's a binary control. You can only move when you're holding down that button, obviously, so it's only going to move and then immediately stop, and you need to kind of have an organic control method, since we're dealing with a circular ground space, in essence. What are those? Are those bad? I'm trying to avoid them. I think I might have wanted to collect them, though. Oh, I have shooter now. Okay, cool. Now that I know that, I should probably use it. Right, so anyway, I think it would have been very easy for them to just add mouse control for this, and just control your ship by steering it with the mouse movement. I don't see why we really wanted to get the A and D involved in the first place at all. I mean, I'm sure they probably considered this stuff, and it's just, I don't know, it seems like a weird omission considering how easy it would be. Okay, those are bad. They look like hood ornaments or something. I don't understand what they are. I should probably use my shield when I know I'm going to crash into them. What are these green things? Those are real bad. I don't want to hit those. But I have to because they're all over the entire ground. Alright, this seems really weird. I thought we were going for like a fast-paced, speedy game, like as if we're playing F-Zero or something, in a crazy tunnel full of weird cyber stuff that we need to avoid and shoot. But it seems more like avoiding and shooting is almost not that possible considering how much stuff there is at any given moment. This is only the second stage. Go fast. I kind of like how the shots, though, they steer down the corridors. Like, they have their own momentum a little bit. And that's the thing that we're totally missing here, is the fact that we should be going real fast, right? I want to have a lot of momentum. And I think the problem was I was holding my booster instead of tapping it, and I think tapping it is where it's at. I don't know how I'm supposed to avoid these things. They're going in every possible direction. If this had slightly better level design, I think this would definitely be a lot more fun. We need something... Whoa. We need something that plays to the strengths of what we're laying out here, and I think the strengths are mostly about steering through tight corridors. I mean, just like we saw with Nitronic Rush. They did that quite well. And why would I not want to just hold down my shot? I don't know. I'm like running out of energy constantly, trying to use my shield effectively, but there's just so much stuff. Maybe I should be going slower. And you'd think then if speed up is going to be mapped to the W key, that the S key would be mapped to like a brake. But as far as I can tell, it's not. Okay, you can't break those pillars at all under any circumstances. I thought if you shot them enough, maybe they would give. We gotta make ourselves a little passage through these. It's really playing R-type. Oh, come on, I shot them all and there's one left. So rude. Please don't make me lose. I don't want to play this level over again. There's just too much stuff. Start slow, start small, work up. I would expect this to be like a level towards the end of the game or something, but not the case, and I got crushed again. Thankfully I seem to have lots of lives. This level is very long. I guess I feel like it's sort of on the verge of something pretty good. I mean, this is a simple formula that without a lot more effort could be really fun, but where we're at right now, I don't really find it all that fun. I don't think it's terrible either, though. Alright, so I just wasted almost all my energy by boosting before the actual level had started. I would also like to see it with, like, maybe an easy mode. You know, if this is too hard for you, it might be nice to have a slightly easier path to go down. It could be cool to see maybe some of these gems used as a currency. Maybe between levels, use it to upgrade your ship in some way. Give you an incentive to pick them up. I mean, I don't even think there's leaderboards, really. It's just sort of like, you know, on faith, what your score was. Which I never really trusted those types of games. That always made me upset. You know, if you remember back in the day, what was it, on Game Boy, you'd play Tetris. You get a really high score on the leaderboard, and then you want to go brag to your friends about it, but the leaderboards are all wiped every time you turn off the game, so it kind of defeated the point. I really don't get what these green things are about. They're just to force you to slow down. I can't avoid them. Maybe I can shield through them. I'll try that next time. What about the aesthetic? What do we think about that? Well, it's a nice idea, I guess. I want to see this expanded upon. I mean, it should be really easy to make a really mesmerizing and beautiful presentation just out of the fact that you should be flying down these pretty colored hallways, which, you know, as you can tell, there are actually some lines that are taking advantage of that idea. But I guess maybe they also want to minimize the whole, like, epilepsy risk thing, because I could also see that being an issue. But if you want to go all the way with that idea, then, you know, go Geometry Wars all the way and do it as far as you can take it. I personally kind of like when games just go absolutely nuts with their, you know, flashing lights and brilliance, crazy, you know, neons and stuff. But that's just me. I know not everybody feels that way. As it is right now, it just feels a little bit cheap, maybe. And let's not get the wrong impression here. I'm not trying to knock the game for the sake of knocking it. There's no reason to do that. I just see some good potential in it, and I think that where it is right now could use a little bit of work, and the music is quite good. Got no qualms there. Alright, now we've entered, like, taxi cab area. Oh, those are spikes. Well, crap. One more try, I guess. I really wanted to beat the second level. I thought it was better than that. I like how the stars that you can see on the ground right there actually have a motion blur on them already, like they're compensating for me moving quickly. Kind of funny. I should mention, of course, this is free, as with, I believe, all the DigiPen games, or very nearly all of them. You can just head on to their website and go download it for nothing. And of course the link's going to be in the description, as always. I've had people be upset that I've been covering... Whoa, frame rate just died. Not sure what's going on here, but I've had people be upset that I was covering too many paid games, and, you know, I don't blame them, that's fine. I do want to keep the focus on free games, but I also like to cover the paid games when they're ones that I think are exceptional or particularly interesting for whatever reason. So I do want to make sure that there is a nice mixture of both. If you actually go to the website on indieimpressions.com, or I should say indie-impressions.com, there is a sorting metric, or a sorting, I don't know what you want to call it, like a filter, that lets you just basically look at all the free games, and if you compare the free quantity versus the paid quantity, it's grossly in favor of the free quantity, so just FYI. And if you ever wonder, like, did you cover X or Y on the show, quickest way to always check is just to go to the website and just type it in the search box. Because YouTube is, sometimes it's a little weird with the way the searching works. I've actually had it, like, just not show up a certain video on my channel that is on my channel, like, by searching the exact name of the video. Maybe it was a glitch, and it's quite possible that it was, because if you guys didn't know, YouTube has lots of those. But just thought I'd mention it. Yeah, the quickest way to always check is just type it into the search box on the website. Anyway, I think we're just about to die again. Oh, we made it to Taxicab Spike Land again. I'm just holding down my shots. I don't think it really matters, though. Oh no, actually I'm breaking. No, am I? I think they might just be going invisible for some reason. I can't really tell if I'm breaking them or not. Alright, well I used my shield effectively at least. Oh, they break for a while and then they come back. I guess I'm doing much better now. Oh, well that's nice. It disappeared just long enough for me to crash into it. Can this be the end of this level now? Yeah! And I think I hit retry by accident, so I'm not too proud of that. That's the end of this video, so let's go back. Alright, so that's going to pretty much wrap us up, the quick version, essentially. You know, the TLDR version, if you didn't want to pay attention. Basically, I don't really know if I recommend this one at this point. It's free, though, so don't feel too bad if you want to go grab it and just play around with it for a minute. See if there are some nice elements that maybe I didn't touch on that you want to see. You know, that is always my encouragement. Even if I don't encourage you to go get a game per se, you know, please do still play them if you feel like it. I mean, there's no reason to ignore a game just because I said whatever I said, because it's just one guy's opinion, and we all have our own takes on everything. So that's going to pretty much do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. As always, head on over to the website, www.indie-impressions.com. Check out all the videos, old and new, browse them, check out the forums, earn some pixels, maybe get some free games out of the whole deal. And when you're done, head on over to the Facebook page, facebook.com/indieimpressions. Leave a like on that if you choose, then you'll get every day's new video delivered right into your Facebook stream. I also do news updates and the occasional contest through the website, or through the Facebook, I should say. News updates, not so much on the website, more on there. And lastly, of course, if you're an indie developer and you want to get in contact with me about possibly displaying your game on the show, at RockLeeSmile on Twitter. That also goes for if you have any game suggestions or you just want to say hey. And I also have a contact form out on the website, so feel free to say hey to me in whatever way you like. And that is going to wrap us up. Thank you so much for watching, and come back again tomorrow for another indie game. Talk to you tomorrow.